Should be a lot better. All right. Clean off my shiny forehead. I should be able to find my own live stream now. I gotta figure out what my live stream. I gotta send. I gotta send the streaming code over to stream. So I'm on live, but I don't know how to share mine. I don't know how to. Okay, there we go. All right, I got it. It was somebody on
I'm curious,
TikTok
back in the day,
that wanted
what
to
were
join the live stream, and I told him I was gonna message him. TikTok is like it's weird. Like the inbox is weird. Inbox notifications on the same thing or something. All right, cool. I sent him the link. Wait. Can't send links on what you call it. Let me put it in my bio. How about that? Put the link in my bio. Continue. Oops. All right. TikTok got the biggest, most rules in it, in anything, bro. Almost worse than YouTube. All right, fuck it. Me and the cursor in the first. All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another of my videos. First thing I do, open my Google Chrome. My homepage is always at Forex Factory, which is the economic news calendar. What I do is I look at news. So today is Friday, July 18th. We don't have any high impact news events. We did have 3 high impact news events this week, so we ain't got no more until next week Thursday. But I like I say usually every day I don't use news to make any trading decisions. I just look at news to time when liquidity is going to be in the markets, or in layman's term, when markets are going to be moving faster. Or I look at high impact news for when markets are moving faster in their liquidity, and I look at um, bank holidays and no news days. So look to see when markets won't be moving fast, or when banks are closed and markets probably won't be moving at all. And then we got holidays like Christmas where markets are closed and stuff like that. So as you can see, Monday was a French bank holiday. Doesn't mean that market's not moving. It just means that I guess the France banks won't be into the market, so there'll be less liquidity. And then none of this really matters to my program and my strategy, because I don't need that much of movement to get in and out of trades. So next thing, since we acknowledge that there's not going to be any news today, I open my Forex VPS, which is my virtual private server or computer on the cloud. Since I live in Turks and Caicos, um, we are prone to have power outages, and the internet is prone to shut off, or like today, glitch a little bit. So what you call it? I put my MT5 terminal and my program that's connected to MT5 on a computer on the cloud, just in case we have any problems. Because when you run the program in EA, you need to have the program on. So if the computer shuts off, the program won't work. So I needed a computer running 24/7 instead of having my home computer, my local computer running 24/7. Put it on the cloud. A lot more convenient, and a lot more dependable. So if you guys know how I trade every morning, Monday through Friday at I gotta go. I trade at 8 a.m. I have a program that trades for me. The only thing I do is I manage the program. I make sure the VPS is up and running. Then I make sure like algo trading is turned on. If you look over here, the blue hat is on and that everything is running properly. Right now, I actually have three accounts. So the first account is my FTMO account. So I took the 200K challenge. Then the second account was $100 challenge that I blew the account, but the EA can run regardless, based off of percentages. That's my 2 minute warning alarm. So that account's still open. And then I have my IC Markets account. And this is the account that I'm using. I'm trading, I have a 500 in that account, but I'm using it to look at spreads because started seeing a lot of problems with my FTMO account. Um, I've noticed that tax line spreads. Yeah, with my FTMO account, I noticed that the spreads are horrible. Because I'm a scalper, I need every last spread. It can be a point 0.3 of a spread or a point 0.3 pips difference, a pip difference, 2 pip difference. I need to know and I need the best spreads possible. I watch a few videos and now I'm testing out IC markets to see how good their spread is. Since we don't have any news today, I'm not gonna really get the full gist of it, but I am gonna trade out here. IC market is one of the biggest ones out there. So I'm gonna leave Blueberry to go to IC Markets. I heard about it a long time. It just took me a long time to get my account um authorized or approved because in just in case we don't have mailing addresses. Like you have homes, but a lot of the homes, if you're not in like the more developed parts of the community, they won't have a door number and a street name and stuff like that. So it was a big issue. So I had to go to the bank and stuff like that and get printouts of my bank statements and with my address on it and everything like that. So I finally got it approved and I finally deposited some money in the account. I hear IC Markets is good and I'm gonna test it out now. Um, but the FTMO, that's what I'm looking at. As you can see, the FTMO, the spreads is a lot higher. Even though they charge me spreads and commission, is what I got. So we're gonna start trading in the next, let's see, 15 seconds here. If you take a look, you'll be able to see that the program is going to execute the trades by itself. That's the importance of the strategy. And I didn't even have MT5 open. But I don't record this a million times, so I'm not pretty worried about it that much. And I have to put the other account. I don't need That's not important. I see it catching the trade. I mean, placing the trade. All right, let me explain to you the trade placement. So at 8 a.m., um, what the program does is it watches the time and then figure out what time when 8 a.m. happens, it updates this yellow arrow. The yellow arrow was somewhere else, but right now it's back. It was at yesterday's 8 a.m. Now it's updated all the way to the right of the chart at today's 8 a.m. Then my key price level indicator identifies the price that um the price, the candle open at 8 a.m., which is 1.16444, and then it adjusts my support and I wouldn't say support and resistance line, my risk reward lines, and it also identifies when I'm going to get into a trade. So at 8 a.m., the program automatically sets a buy stop and a sell stop. So 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open price, it sets a buy stop. 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle price open price, it sets a sell stop. And it sets it for my 200K challenge for 1.5% risk of the total account balance, which is a lot size of 20 lots, 20.03 lots. And what it does also is automatically sets my take profit, my stop loss, and it does have a trade management parameters in it. So I trail my position with a 5 period ATR, and it does that for me automatically. And then when price hits either 5 pips above or 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open, it will automatically enter into that position as well as delete the opposite order. So if I get into a buy, it's going to delete the sell pending order so that I don't accidentally get into a buy and a sell at the same time. The first important thing about the EA is that it calculates the lot sizes on different it calculates the lot sizes perfectly. It sets the take profit and the stop loss instantly. It sets the pending orders instantly, and it does all that in less than a millisecond. For a regular person, when that happens, you only have a certain amount of time, especially if markets is moving, to be able to do that, do those mathematical calculations, as well as make sure that your numbers are correct. It doesn't have any error. It doesn't have any errors. 99.9% no errors. And it does it in less than a millisecond, which is faster than a regular human can. So that's a nice thing about it. And it's able to run while you're not on the computer or not looking at the computer. As long as MT5 is open, the program will work on its own. I have a strategy that I was trading manually for years. I kept on making it better and better and better until I got to the point where I was able to make it a program, which I did. As I'm looking right here, which is the most important one for me, is that I'm trying to see where them spreads at. Let me see. That's as much as it could go. Oh, I'm on 1 hour, my bad. That's why. All right, cool. And it looked beautiful. It looked like we look at that. Look at this line right here. The gray line identifies the price that the bid price or the price that markets are at actually. And then it's supposed to be a red line that identifies where the market's gonna get you at. Look at this bullshit right here. You can see that the red line is where I'm getting at the gray line. That's spread. And especially with a lot of traders, that can make or break your strategy. Sometimes it can help you win a trade, but majority of the time it's helping you lose trades, especially when it's high impact news and especially when it's time to hit your stop loss. And that's how a lot of the brokers make their money. And it gets you frustrated when that happens because you have a back test and then you have reality. And the reality, even though you were right, you were wrong based off of spread. And trading is already hard as it is, and they put another hurdle on top of that. All they really do is put hurdles, especially when it comes to news and stuff like that. So, um, I see Marcus is pretty good because I had to actually, I'm doing it again. I gotta make sure that the axe line is on. Like, I make sure that, shoot, I got the bid, the axe. I don't see no difference in spread, which is amazing. That's called tight spreads right there. If I had icy markets, if I had icy markets, I would have probably this FTMO would probably been up. But you live and you learn. You learn your lessons. Um, it's good. So I'm gonna watch the what you call it, the icy markets maybe for a few more days, and then I'm gonna connect it to the FTMO. I'm also gonna update my strategy, but I'm gonna connect it to the FTMO and I'm gonna figure out how to have my executions based off what the IC markets is, and then we're gonna copy that or duplicate that on FTMO. So it's gonna literally be time based instead of price based. I might not make as much profit as I want, but it's a lot better than making these big losses. I'm telling you that much. So since there's no news today, I'm not expecting markets to move in the first 30 minutes or more, but usually in any day, I'll be in and out of a trade within an hour. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to hide my camera for a second. I'm gonna go get some water. I feel like my mouth is parched. Ugh. Well, I was kind of wrong about that. Well, we actually entered into a buy position. If you was looking at the bottom of the screen here, you can see that we are in a buy. The sell position automatically closed itself. And then we're expecting to at least for markets to move 5 more pips higher. But we still have a range of about 15 pips. My stop loss is gonna be down here. Markets gonna fluctuate, and all I needed to do is hit this green line up here, and if he reached that one, we'll have a partial close of 75% of the position, and then we will have 25% in the position left open for a trail with a 5 pip ATR. Right now, we did make resistance. We did make resistance again. So it's basically like a double top. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not my job to predict what's gonna happen because that's gonna be a lot of opinions. And if it's a losing trade, it's a losing trade. We will be able to live to trade another day. We already had our bullshit, so I already know um we had 2 losing trades. I don't know if they was all calculated, but sooner or later we're gonna get into a win streak. It wasn't too good the last few weeks, but that was definitely that was what you call it, FTMO and issues within the FTMO. So I'm gonna go to my trading view chart, and then I'm gonna go ahead and work on updating my technical analysis based off of that and not based off of trading. So let's go bring that down, open that up. Where my rag at? There we go, up here. Slap better. Oh yeah, and all right, now let's go to let's go to, let me see if he actually hit me back up on TikTok. See if I emailed you earlier. Check your email. What more can I say? Like, you know. All right, I guess TikTok is actually pretty good when it comes to finding people that want to watch your shit. Amazing. Your own people in your own country will watch your own shit. Hilarious. Did you think? Oh my God, Jesus Christ. I got my Instagram. Hold on. Just follow that dumb nigga on Instagram. Oh my God, I want to hear about it. Shit out of storage. Oh, all right, guys. Wasn't looking. So now we're gonna have to fix that later. All right, guys. I just closed partial of the position. We are up. This is the wrong one. This is the one I'm supposed to be looking at. All right, guys. We just closed 75% of the position. We closed $856.14 on the FTMO account, and we are moving higher. And as you can see, we have the trading stop right here. So it moved from all the way down here all the way up to here. The $20 account, I made $2.90. The $500 account, I made $33.48. Yep, and then we are moving higher. So let's see how far we can go, and how much we could trail. All right, we're back on the winning streak, back on the good side. Let me see if I could go ahead and send the guy this email. I'm gonna try to look. Do on this one. So that's 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes, and we already had our nice partial close. So that is good on our part. Oh, I can't see my own live stream. And this was like #1 on my. Okay, I finally found it. Jeez Louise. Share. Um, copy link. Instagram. Drake hilarious, bro. Following. All right, guys, we just got out of the position and we are done for today. Default, latest.
Happiness for a gangsta, ain't no love in these streets.
that one video I is going great. I found it. That's the one. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna milk that one. Hold on. Right. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, that's a good little trade for today. We're back on our winning streak. Based on our strategy, we're gonna have some losses, and then after the losses, we're gonna have a long winning streak. Now, what I definitely want to put out there in the ether, let me look at my IC markets. Okay, now I see spread. Now we're looking at some spread here. Now we're looking at some spread here. Look at that. No, we still ain't got no spread. Man, man, IC markets for the win, yo. You got it. But yeah. So basically, basically when we do get into a winning streak, it's gonna be super decent. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's gonna be a lot more than the losses. What I want to do is I want to be a little bit more aggressive with my trailing stop. I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. Last month, I left a lot of money on the table, and that's the only reason I didn't pass the FTMO account. A lot of mistakes, a lot of money was left on the table. We're not gonna make those mistakes. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna make sure we stay on a routine. And then we are going to see. I have to back test 6 months of data. I'm gonna show you that right now. I can go ahead and close this for today since let me double check all of my accounts all the position on my accounts are out. All right, we can go ahead and close that out. Even though I close this, it's gonna be running in Australia, Sydney, Australia, somewhere 24/7. So I ain't gotta worry. Market's closed today at 5 p.m. and we won't be back until Monday, so I don't gotta worry about anything happening to my trade. All right, go ahead and do that. What can I close? Let me close this for right now, cause my computer is lagging now. Jesus Louises. All right, cool. All right, so this is my technical analysis chart. This is where I do my technical analysis to explain to me what market has done. So first let's move this, drag this daily box up, bring this daily box up some. Now, you don't have to drag the daily box up or you continue to because I'm on live stream right now. I'm periodically changing it up, but you don't want to move the boxes until price has passed that time period. Just like here, right? So time has officially passed up the time period. So I could bring the higher of the box to the highest point of price, the lower of the box to the lowest point of price. Then I could go ahead and take my measuring tool right here and price range tool, grab, grab and go. And then that's 55 pips. Cool. And I could go ahead and figure out where session one at for last week. Okay. I got it up some. And then now let me go get let me go build my trading range. First, I start with this horizontal line right here. This horizontal line, just to indicate the start of the 8 a.m. trading time frame right here. Alrighty. Um, Just gonna copy and paste all this stuff over. Okay. Dun, dun. Need to fix that yet. I'm just dragging and dropping them right now. Then I'm gonna get the coordinates in a second. I'm gonna explain to you what happened. One more and the green line here. All right, next I'm gonna go figure out what was go find that ADM candle price open again. Kind of forgot where it was. All right, let's find the ADM candle open. ADM candle open is 1.16444. Go ahead, that over there is probably a lot easier for me. The markets came down to my entry price, as you can hear from the notification. Uh-uh. Can't possibly be right. Oh, it is right. My bad. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and change the price to this line to 1.16444. 1.16444. Copy and paste it, maybe like two more times. Price to paste, there, paste, and that's the 8 a.m. candle open. Now let's find out where the buy stop. I need to change the name for that. The buy stop is gonna be at 1.16454, which is actually 5 pips. 1.16494. That's 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle. Just change the coordinates here. Then my sell stop is gonna be at 1.16394. Go ahead and change the rest of the inputs. Now I gotta figure out what's 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open. All I gotta do is subtract 1.16444 by 0.001, which is going to be 1.16344. So 0.001 is the equivalent of 10 pips when it comes to coordinates. And we are moving lower. At least we got out. So we got plenty of space for it to fluctuate and go back higher. Most likely we're gonna retest the highs. We might, if anybody want to go in for a buy again, that probably would be that probably would be a great price to do that. But trade off the program. Once the program's out, I'm out. And if 10 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open, it's gonna be 1.16544. Paste that. Paste that. And boom, now we have our trading range. Our trading range is a total of 20 pips, 10 pips bullish, 10 pips bearish. Whether price hits the bullish or bearish 10 pip markers, which is that green line or the red line, which I'm going to go ahead and put. Now I can't put that highlight right there because I already passed the high. Do that here. If it passes one of those, then we will be out the market for a partial profit, or us if we do the opposite where we enter in either one and we reverse, then I'll probably get a full loss. So that's that. All right. So after I have put in my trading zone that I'm trading within, I gotta put price over price action. Then I go identify where price has traveled to so far. So this is the buy stop. We enter the buy stop what in like 5 minutes, 5 minutes or less, and then we moved to a partial close in 10 minutes or less. And now we're reversing, but I'm not going to put anything on it. Once more, only thing that I put on these lines is the black dot, which identifies if we got into a buy or a sell. Um, the shade is green right now. Let me turn the outline to black. So I use the this box right here to identify price action, the 1 hour price action, which is the 8 a.m. candle. The shaded color represents the direction of the trade, whether it's a buy or sell, and then the outline is going to represent whether I made money or not, or we had the partial close, which we did. So I could go ahead and turn that to green. And then whatever else happened to that, that's icing on the cake. As you can see right now, markets went back against us. It does mean that it is not still going bullish. Like I said, it's probably retesting 8:30 right now. It's probably retesting highs. And then we have all of this range right here is valid for buys to continue going forward. So I forgot to talk about today. So this is the MT5 on my local computer. I'm gonna open my VPS because that's we don't need that right now. So today we made $1,021.47, subtracted by what, like $60, $60.10. Let me see if I can do it in my head. $20, 40 dollars left. Do $39 left. 971 dollars net profit. Let me see. Let me check FTMO. FTMO gonna tell me. It's gonna tell me with the without the fees. Let me see. Come on. $961.37. That's what it is. I was close by $10. So today we made $961.37 after commission and fees, and we are back on a winning streak. And then we're gonna see how long that's gonna last. All right, guys. Next we don't have too much news. So you gotta worry about that. As you can see, markets has retested retested right here, and it might come back up. Now you have a bearish engulfing here. Wait, what the fuck is that? We just got news? At wait, what? They saying we have news today, and I checked the calendar and there was no news. How do I get off this shit? Back to calendar. Look at this, guys. They just re-updated the calendar. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let me go put in my notes that I have to go to the internet provider. That's what I'm saying. Why doesn't why am I not getting this? I'm not getting it on. I don't know why this one got a different set of news. They got another pair of news in an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Can't say I don't know. I have to figure it out. It said have USD news, and I'm not getting it on my charts. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. As you can see, high impact news. Okay, I'll show you guys better. Give me a second. I got it on my Kai Cenat. See, high impact news, high impact news. But it doesn't show on the web browser, which is weird. Back to the lower, back to the Gulag. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm in and out trade. Ooh, came back down. Coming back down. We still retesting maybe because we had a big bullish move. Might retest. It's only really invalid. The bullish move I would say would be invalid here. All of this is still good move for reversal. And we got plenty of time until 5 p.m. for markets to close. If price come touch this line, I'm gonna put one of my blue dots over here. So, but basically, that is uh, that's everything. I'm gonna come back next week. I'll come back better. As you can see, it's a lot better than I was. At the beginning of the week, I got my webcam set up properly. I got my lights set up properly. If I turn off these lights right here, you're gonna realize the reality of the fact it still look dark. So got my lights set up. Got my studio mic set up. Probably want to recalibrate it, equalize that. Let me go before I forget what I have to do. Um, flyers. All right, that's what's up. Bum 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 bum. Huh. So I got that. Yeah, I got my yesterday I cleaned my computer, so it's running a lot better than it was before. I think I'm gonna buy another hard drive and I'm gonna reinstall Windows because I know my computer can run a lot faster than this. I had it for years, maybe 2 years or 2 years I think. And I had it and I wasn't taking care of it. I used to go to work all the time. I used to leave it on. I used to leave it. I didn't let it stay cool and stuff like that. So I believe it just and after a while, all hard drives go bad. I'm just gonna get probably like a faster hard drive off of Amazon, and instead of buying a new computer, this it's gonna be a new computer once you change your hard drive and reinstall the OS. So that'll be good. But right now, it's running a lot faster, a lot cooler as well. Um, yeah, I got my setup and everything. I kind of got my process. I got all of my man. You know how many what do you call automatic payments I got going on. I got ChatGPT going on, Canva, um, Restream. I'm paying for Zoom. I'm paying for I don't even know if I'm paying for OBS, but a bunch of stuff that I'm paying for just to do this content stuff. I'm probably gonna try to pay for CapCut because if I pay for CapCut, yeah, it's a wrap. I'm gonna be on this what you call it thing. I'm gonna be really good with that content. I do have a viral TikTok. I'm gonna go ahead and study that TikTok and then see how I could replicate that. And that's the one that I did with all of it is AI. So that is it. So that's it for today. We're out of the trade. Nothing else we need to do for today except stop looking at the market so that we don't be tempted to get into a trade based off what we think that we see. And then just take the profits as we get them. So thank you guys for watching live stream. See you guys later.